Hey, I'm Tim Best Buzz. You're listening to PeoplesRadioUnited.com. I'm here with Steve Shagwell and St. Louis Gale. Today we're going to be talking about an upcoming mini-series we have. It's 14 parts and is based on the 14 Tenets of Fascism. I think it's a really, really important show to do right now and what's going on in the world and especially in this country, Charlottesville and all that. I'm going to let Gale kind of explain where these 14 tenets came from real quick. Go ahead, Gail.
Okay, so the 14 tenets come from a writer called Lawrence Britt, who has been misrepresented online for over a decade as a professor or as a doctor. In reality, he just wrote an essay in Free Inquiry magazine back in 2003 called Fascism Anyone. And he has never claimed to be a doctor. He's just a writer who has studied history for a really long time. But being a professor in this kind of atmosphere, I can tell you that the 14 points really do stand out, which is why I don't have an issue going on with it. And then I think we should discuss pretty much what is fascism, or at least what parts of fascism we need to look at. Let me give it to you, Steve.
Okay. There's it's kind of difficult to come up with a just, bottom line definition of fascism. There's a few different interpretations, but we can kind of come to a general consensus. And the important thing to realize about this consensus is this is not a consensus on the left or a consensus on the right. Like, right-wingers will point to Mao and Stalin and say these things were there with him. And, people on the left will look at like Hitler and say, or Mussolini and say, these things were there. So this is really a good definition of fascism. And it's pretty much the best consensus we can come to. And, It's a statement that fascism requires some basic allegiances, such as to the nation, to national grandeur, and to a master race or group. The core principle is to make the nation stronger, more powerful, larger, and more successful. Since fascists see national strength as the only thing that makes a nation good, fascists will use any means necessary to achieve that goal. My own little addendum to that is including genocide.
All right. So, this is pretty much just a quick preview of what's coming up. We're going to go over each of the 14 in their own separate episodes, and it begins next week. So stay tuned here on People's Radio, United.com next week, and we'll have 14 episodes being released, one a day.